Dandadan Season 2 has finally come to an end with an absolute banger Season 2 finale. A finale where we get a massive kaiju mecha Gundam-like fight, and Momo catches Okarun kissing an alien girl? Hello everyone, I'm Finn. Welcome back to Finn Films. Join me today as we are discussing everything that happened in the final episode of Dandadan. This is the Dandadan Season 2 finale in a nutshell. Last time on Dandadan, our heroes, in a desperate attempt to defeat this massive rampaging kaiju, went full Gundam mecha, transforming Momo's new house into a giant Buddha mech, teasing a showdown against this massive kaiju. The Dandadan Season 2 finale opens here, all the kids in a panic sitting in the giant mech, as they have no idea how to control it. Kenta, being the sci-fi Gundam mecha nerd that he is, steps in, checking the manual, Momo declaring they all just push random buttons at the same time, which goes, well, exactly as you'd think. We then get this hilarious 5-panel shot here, and I absolutely love this scene. It's so funny. Obviously, Dandadan is poking fun at classic mecha anime like Gundam, Power Rangers, you name it, and it's funny as hell. Suddenly, the mecha takes a step, falling flat on its face. The Saiju kicking it, sending the mech flying, as it grabs the mech with its tail, swinging it around. Okarun's seat ejecting from the mech. Evil Eye also escaping when he is suddenly crushed by the kaiju. Of course, Evil Eye is giga strong, so we watch him lift the massive beast's foot up, sending the creature tumbling. Evil Eye being insane, wanting to fight Okarun. Meanwhile, the massive kaiju starts pumping its electrical attacks into the mech, while this very Godzilla-esque music begins to play. The kaiju moves to crush Okarun, but he is saved by the Buddha mech, as Kenta has finally figured out how to control it, as all he had to do was visualize the mech's movement. As being a mecha pilot, a protag in a Gundam-like anime was Kenta's dream, as we watch the nanoskin of the mecha Buddha begin to change into a shining gold form. A very obvious reference to, again, Gundam, specifically the shining form that the Gundams take. Kenta basically graduating to our main character, giving off massive protag vibes as he does battle with the massive kaiju, unleashing all of his named special moves, as of course you have to shout out your special move name before you do it, as the tide of the battle has suddenly switched. These scenes were absolutely epic, and the animations were so good. I never would have guessed I'd be watching a mecha kaiju battle in Dandadan of all animes. Suddenly though, Kenta gets caught off guard, as the kaiju is about to zap him close range. We are then taken into a flashback as we see Kenta at school getting made fun of by everyone for being an otaku. As he fawns over his Gundam figure, everyone calling him gross, getting bullied by these kids at school. Back in the present, the mech goes flying, severely damaged, as Kenta struggles to stand. The scene in the flashback mirroring these scenes in the present as we move back and forth between the two. In a very over-the-top dramatic as hell scene that is very classic Dandadan. Kenta manages to turn the tide once again though. Suddenly though, the kaiju goes invisible, beating the shit out of the mech. However, they are suddenly saved by Momo and Ira, who both use their powers to subdue the kaiju. Momo power-bombing the creature as it transforms back into its small size. Suddenly though, the scene changes as they move out of this weird pocket plane that they were in. The town shifting back to normal, all of the buildings no longer destroyed, as everyone in the town looks up at this massive robot in the middle of their city. Momo, with her imagination, quickly turning the robot into a UFO, flying it away, turning it back into a house. Momo and Ira getting sick as Kenta cries tears of happiness at getting to pilot a robot and be the protag in basically a mech anime scene. Okarun in the city watches all of this as the townsfolk gather around the now normal-sized beat-up kaiju. Okarun grabbing Evil Eye, giving him a meat bun, which turns him back into Gigi. The boys grabbing the smaller kaiju, frantically carrying it back to Momo's house. Kenta comes out of the house, meeting them there. My man's ego is massively inflated as he demands answers from Okarun. Okarun explaining the situation with the golden ball as Kenta promises to lend them his powers. Okarun then looks inside the kaiju's mouth, discovering something strange. A piece of a person. He reaches inside, finding a zipper, as he unzips the kaiju, which is actually a suit of some kind, revealing a hot alien girl? The girl and Okarun then look at each other with that kind of look. Momo and Ira then come crawling out of the house from being sick, when to Momo's shock, she looks up, seeing the alien girl kissing Okarun. Momo's mind being completely blown, her heart broken, as Season 2 of Dandadan comes to an end. And yes, that was the Dandadan Season 2 finale. What an absolute roller coaster, insane episode filled with insane highs and even some lows, if you will, at least as far as like Momo as concerned, as what an absolute crazy, shocking ending. This episode was like pure Dandadan chaos. Season 2 of Dandadan somehow actually managed to live up to the hype of season 1 of this anime, the debut season of this anime, which very much took the kind of mainstream anime world by storm. And low-key, I actually think season 2 is better than season 1. I don't even think that's a hot take. Like, somehow they managed to take the absolute sheer insanity of the debut season of this anime and then go even above and beyond, as this season was filled with some of the most insane shit that I've ever seen happen in an anime. I mean, think of all the crazy moments we've seen in season 2. We had like a massive crazy worm kaiju arc. We had the GG possessed arc with probably one of the most banger viral anime moments of all time. The hunting soul, music video scene, which absolutely went crazy. Then we had that little crazy mini like Okarun training arc where he fights all of these old school like weird composers in that absolute nightmare fuel, just insane scene. Finally ending off with like this kaiju mecha arc, this brand new character introduced to our little crew of friends who is a hilarious, over the top, just meme worthy character. All the while throughout all of this, we have the, rom-com elements of Dandadan, the primary themes and kind of plot-driving moments of Dandadan, this relationship, will they, won't they, between Okarun and Momo, as it looked like the two were actually getting closer and actually going to get to the point where, they were going to get together. They even kissed in this season, only for the finale to drop this cute as hell alien girl, Momo, to her shock and horror, catching Okarun kissing her, even though it very much looks like she was the one kissing him, not the other way around. And I imagine, knowing Momo and her, explosive temper, will say that things aren't going to be good for Okarun in season 3 of this show, as I imagine he's going to have to do a little bit of explaining with this new, very cute alien girl. I haven't read super far in the manga, so like most of season 2 was all like brand new to me, and I had a feeling throughout the course of season 2 that as we, see Momo and Okarun's relationship slowly, kind of begin to blossom, that something was going to happen to, break all of this progress apart. As again, Dandadan at its core, while it is a comedy, it is very much an over-the-top like comedy that makes fun of all sorts of like shonen elements and really just like all sorts of tropes and themes from Japanese media as a whole. At its core, it is a rom-com. The primary focus of this show is this will they, won't they relationship between Momo and Okarun. And as they slowly started getting together, I was like, ain't no way this is gonna happen at this point, this early in the show. Like, this is the end game of the show, these two characters ultimately getting together. So something was going to happen that was going to break these characters apart, that was going to ruin this little blossoming relationship that we see playing out here. And it seems like that is that is a cute alien girl. Okarun, you dirty, dirty dog. I don't know how my little otaku nerdy little boy here keeps getting with all of these cute girls. He has all of these girls absolutely fawning over him to the chagrin of Kenta, the newest addition to the group of our show here. Yeah, absolute banger episode, a banger season as a whole. Dandadan continues to surprise me. It continues to really impress me with just, how this show has really taken the anime world by storm. I think the thing about Dandadan that has drawn so many people to it is just how different it feels. Like, of course, it has all of the kind of elements that people love of like that makes a big anime popular, which is like the shonen element. But at its core, it is a romantic comedy, and a comedy that is making fun of these shonen tropes, making fun of just Japanese tropes in media in general. Like, that is the core of this anime, aside from the fact that it is absolutely bonkers, insane, over the top, and random as hell, which makes for some awesome banger memeable moments in this internet world that we live in. Dandadan, along with like Chainsaw Man, is probably like low-key one of the most like memed about anime, out right now. And it really is funny how quickly like the anime landscape can shift, as just a few years ago everyone was head over heels for like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, and these Mappa dark animes were very much like, taking control of the anime scene. They were like the most popular things you could watch. And then we had the emergence of Solo Leveling, and then Dandadan last year, which immediately blew all of those other anime out of the water. And I think, again, that's because Dandadan just feels so different. It is so much different from all of this kind of classic dark shonen that has really become the new mainstream thing that people, I think, were just glad to see something new. I know I was. These insane over-the-top moments and the obscene, sheer just like comedy, the fact that they're making fun of all of these, all of these like classic tropes in Japanese media and in anime is what really drew me to Dandadan. That and the absolute just sheer insanity of the anime as a whole. But really, it's just the fact that it consistently makes me laugh throughout every single episode, and I have grown very much attached and invested into this relationship, into this little rom-com between Okarun and Momo. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Dandadan Season 2, absolutely banger. Honestly, Summer Anime 2025 as a seasonal block is one of the most banger anime blocks that I've seen in a long, long time. We've gotten so many good anime that have come out this summer. Not just, obviously, Season 2 of Dandadan and Season 2 of, like, Kaiju 8, but as well as, like, debut anime, like, The Summer Hikaru Dies, the horror anime, which is low-key one of my favorite anime to come out in years, as well as debut anime like Gacha Akuta, an absolute banging brand new shonen that really caught me off guard, and many, many other anime out there. Yeah, this year of anime, 2025 as a whole, it's a fantastic year of anime. It may go down when things are all said and done as one of the best years of anime that I can remember in a long, long time, which is really saying something, seeing as, for the last like 10 years, it's been really kind of the peak of like the modern anime age in terms of just how many good new shows that we constantly get. Yeah, Dandadan Season 2, an easy, like, 9 out of 10, 8.9 out of 10. It's up there for me, for sure, and I think that it is somehow better than Season 1, which is really saying something, and Dandadan Season 2 will probably end up being one of the best anime that comes out all year. It's probably going to win Anime of the Year. As always, guys, with these videos, these are just my thoughts and opinions, so feel free to let me know yours in the comment section down below. What did you think of Dandadan Season 2? What did you think of the Season 2 finale and this crazy moment at the end of Dandadan? And what was your favorite episode of Dandadan from all of Season 2 that has come out over the last few months? Let me know in the comment section. If you did enjoy this video, guys, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as that is the easiest way to support me. It really goes a long way in putting these videos into the algorithm. If you did like this video, then want to check out some of my other anime content on screen now. And as always, I hope to see you in the next video. Stay safe out there. Until next time. Peace. Love. Auto.